name is Tarun Kumar and I am an engineer. Why I am saying that I am an engineer? Because engineer is the tag that is attached to me for a lifetime after taking a degree of engineering. Now I have a question. Am I able to get a job with this engineering degree, with this engineering tag as well? Yes, I. But the question is arising, is every engineering college student get their job in their fields or they have to change their career path to get employment? Now the word unemployment comes. The Google definition of unemployment is simply unemployment is a term referring to individuals who are employable and actively seeking a job but are unable to find a job. Unemployment is a very serious and important issue not only in India but all over the world. There are millions of people in this world who do not have employment or any kind of job. Moreover, if we ignore this problem, then it will become the reason for the doom of the world. So there is an employment as one of the eight goals in our FAIR project. First thing, if everyone is employed and able to feed their stomach as well, then so many problems will end like poverty, hunger, good health and well-being, and also decrease in criminal act and many more. At present, all of us know what unemployment actually is. But the unemployment does not only mean that any person is jobless. Likewise, unemployment also includes those people who are working in areas that are out of expertise or mastery. The numerous type of unemployment consist of disguised unemployment, seasonal unemployment, open unemployment, technological unemployment, and unstructured unemployment. For these unemployment, seasonal unemployment, under unemployment, and disguised unemployment are very common unemployment present right now. One question is arising in my mind when I am reading the story of Firozabad, a city in Agra, Uttar Pradesh, famous for small scale industry of Bengal, where every home with all ages working in the small glass and high temperature. A child who is born in Firozabad have had decided employment from their board in these Bengal factories. What is this? And similar example of Shivkasi firecracker factory of the Tamil Nadu as well. There are so many places in the world with this disguised unemployment. The reason is behind that the lack of quality education and awareness. Why I'm saying lack of quality education now? Because there is a lack of quality education as well because everyone does not have a similar education. Someone taking a same degree from a high profile college and another one taking the same degree from the low profile college with less resources. Now only education does not matter there because every education gives a proper employment if we properly use it, but everyone is not able to do it because of many other factors and circumstances. Is the education we are taking beneficial to get job? Is there is an industry demand of that education or the demand of my knowledge is on the other end of the world where I am unable to go there? Now the unemployment problem another comes. So in my opinion, equal and free education must be needed and courses provided to them must be job taking as well. There are so many online free courses now available to get a skill, and this approach is I supported more. We must vocationalize education as well. There must be a compulsory vocational training courses in their interested area of everyone for everyone, and so they must be employed if they are unable to get a job after higher education in any circumstances. But the situation is now so extreme that people with higher education are ready to do a less educational work as an employee. There is a so many reasons behind it from initial level. There is a financial condition matter, thinking matters, home environment matters, and but the skill set he get that also matters. We often hear employers and business leaders lament the unfortunate gap between what students learn in college and what they are actually expected to know in order to be job ready. There are several data-driven arguments that questions the actual rather than the perceived value of college degree. First, meta-analytic review have long established the correlation between the education level and job performance is weak. In fact, the research shows that intelligence scores are much better indicator of job potential. If we were to pick between candidate with a college degree and a candidate with a higher intelligence score, we could expect the later to outperform the former in the most job, particularly when those jobs requires constant thinking and learning. Academic grades are indicative of how much a candidate has studied, but their performance on an intelligence test reflects their actual ability to learn, reason, and think logically. College degrees are also co-founded with the social class and play a part in reducing social mobility and augmenting inequality. Many universities do select students on a meritocratic ground, but even merit-based selection is conflated with variables that decrease the diversity of admitted applicants. In many societies, there is a strong degree of assortative mating based on income and class. In US, affluent people are more likely to marry with other affluent people, and families with more money can afford to pay schools, tutors, extracurriculars, and other privileges that increase their child's likelihood of accessing an elite college education. This in turn affect the entire trajectory of that child's futures, including their career prospects, providing a clear advantage to some and a clear advantage to others. When employer attach a value to university qualification, it's often because they see them as a reliable indicator of candidates' intellectual competence. If that is their focus, why not just use a psychological assessment instead, which are much more predictive of future job performance and less co-founded with socio-economic status and the demographic variables. Having said that, universities could substantially increase the value of college degree if they spend more time teaching their students critical soft skills. Uh, Recruiters and employers are unlikely to be impressed by candidates unless they can demonstrate a certain degree of people's skills. This is perhaps one of the biggest difference between what universities and employers look for in applicants. While employers want candidates with a higher level of EQ, resilience, empathy, and integrity, Those are rarely attributes that university nurture or select for in admission. As the impact of AI and disruptive technology grows, candidates who can perform tasks that machine cannot are becoming more valuable, and that underscores the growing importance of soft skills, which are hard for machines to emulate. So I can say that the degree holders will do things as well at the university levels, or I can say that. Apart from all these things, a huge portion of population takes part in the agriculture sector. The agriculture sector only provides employment in the harvesting or the plantation seasons. Did it ever occur to you that how can agriculture, despite its less contribution to GDP, attract the maximum employment? Well, if this question ponders your head often, let me clear all doubt. The agriculture sector experiences massive unemployment in two major forms primarily seasonal seasonal unemployment or a disguised unemployment. Now let's discuss these concepts one by one clearly. Seasonal unemployment occurs primarily in the agricultural sector, and there are very instances of experiencing such forms of unemployment in the urban sector or in other sector of the economy. It is a kind of unemployment when people are employed only for a few months or a particular season of the year, and the individual remains unemployment during the remaining month of the year. Farmers often employ additional worker during the sowing season or the harvesting season, and in the remaining time period the person is unemployed. The next is disguised unemployment. This is a very interesting type of unemployment because, as the name suggests, this unemployment is hidden or not seen easily. It is that form of unemployment wherein more people are employed as compared to the requirement level. Understand this with an example. Suppose a farmer employs 5 people on his field, whereas only 3 people were sufficient for that land. Hence, the additional two workers are not adding to the production process, and so these two additional workers would be considered disgustingly unemployed. Yes, and this is a very basic idea of the concept of disguised unemployment. Such forms may also be prevalent in the urban sector, wherein more labor is more labor is employed, say, in a factory as compared to the number of people employed. Hence, the marginal productivity of each additional labor falls and eventually becomes negative, which no firms tend to be at. Uh, and after that unemployment, so many consequences happen. The things responsible are the an increase in the crime rate, exploitation of laborers, political instability, mental health conditions, and loss of skill. As a result of these things, all this will be affect the world in a very bad manner. So first we have to work on education with a vocationalized and job oriented manner. Then if this happen, I think most of the many people's problems become resolved. A line is from the that I listen from many in my uh, in my youngest year of the age. Someone is employed with the education, then his or her future generation will also be employed with education as well. And good education helps society a lot. Thank you for listening me, and thank you for the FAIR project to make me a part of this